honey, my parents at their best made $40,000 a year growing up.
Yeah.
A year.
Yeah.
I was making that a show.
Whoa, go ahead on that.
How much access did your parents allow you to have to the money?
My parents rationed me out an allowance, but they also rationed out my older sister an allowance as well. You know, and I think the thing about it is somebody can say, okay, but that was your money. Yeah, but we're a family and everybody sacrificed for me to be where I'm at. My dad gave up his pension. Okay, he had worked at the company he worked at for over 15 years, gave up his pension for me to have opportunity for my dreams. My mother, they gave up everything. She gave up everything so she could travel with me and do what she needed to do with me. So how I feel about it is what's mine is theirs, what's theirs is mine.
Right.
And I would do it again. I would give up and sacrifice 20 more years of my life working in this industry so that I could provide and we could have the business we had today.
Kiki, you know it's not normal that a child is the provider for the family. Normally it's vice versa. Parents, father, mother, sometimes the father works.
Can I have a tissue?
But as a child, you are the provider of the family.
Yes.
Did you realize what was on Kiki's shoulder?
Yes, I did. And I wore it like this Marc Jacobs runway. I wore it like armor.
It's okay, you did amazing.
I would do it again for my family.
That's why you did it to begin with.
For community. And I think that is the thing, you know? Life is a lonely place.
It is.
And when you have your family, and if you're the one, then you're the one. That's it. That's the way it was. And now, you know, my sister could go to FAMU and she had to worry about nothing. Okay? She got to live and do what she wanted to do. Same thing for all of us. We get to do things that we weren't able to do. And I wasn't the only person that sacrificed, but yes, a lot of it was on me. And it's just one of those things where I feel like I could be sad, but why? Look what I gained.
Yes.
I gained so much more than what I sacrificed. It was just really a lot for me to manage. And then I'm making all this money and, you know, so many people are trying to take me from my parents. And I know that sounds so crazy, but it's true. You know, you have all these people that are making money off of you and they telling you, you know, what's best for you and that your parents don't know. And I remember feeling really burdened by that because I love my parents, you know, and I just felt like, well, damn, am I in trouble? You know, what's going to happen to my career? It was just so stressful for me as a kid. I was really under a lot of stress.
You mentioned that there are people coming in trying to say, well, you know, ooh, I can take you so much further than what your parents taking.
Yes.
Did you ever think that, damn, are my parents really holding me back? Could I be bigger than what I actually am now?
I didn't know why I needed to be bigger, I guess.
Okay.
I was just thinking to myself, what am I missing?
Right.
I was happy. My family, we came to California for me to pursue my dreams. I got my own show.
Right. So everything is going according to plan.
So I was like, this is unbelievable. We're happy. We didn't come into this for money. We came into this for love, and look at what we've been blessed with. So when they were doing that, it just was confusing to me. And as a child, I just was afraid that it would all go away. Because then what? Now we're going back to Chicago, and if I don't keep working and if I don't listen to these people, or if I don't what happens then? And so I was just very often scared. I had a lot of anxiety and I didn't have anybody to talk to because my parents didn't understand that.
Right.
And then they're also afraid because they see what's going on and now they don't know. Now they checking me and I'm like, I don't need to be checked. I don't like them people.
Right.
We on the same page, y'all. You know, but it was like we couldn't communicate and it was a really terrible time for me. I remember in that time period that I was telling you about, where the people were trying to take me from my family and talk about all the money I made. I said something very hurtful to my father. I said, well, I'm the one making all the money. He said, very calmly, there's a lot more that goes into leading a family than making some money. He didn't scream at me. He didn't berate me. He just said that and walked off. Larry has taught me everything that it means to be of service. What is sacrifice and reward? What is kindness and strength under pressure. You know, my brother told me when we went to my sister's graduation, he said, the time was now, and you were the one to do it. I don't know if you know, I don't know if you realize, but you changed our lives. And I was just like, you know, I was 7 when he was born. I'm a lot older than him. I never know how he's seen this or look, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I know my brother used to tell his friends when he was 6, my sister's True Jackson BP. That's all, you know, I know that he thought of it. But he said, you know, whatever prayers that were prayed about us, whatever was done, whatever our ancestors did, the moment is now. You've done it. You've changed it for the Palmers forever. And it's just like, man, it's crazy. And I think that, look, you can look at it as I'm Keke Palmer, but I think a lot of people have had this. We may not know their names, but people that's watching this, they done gave up stuff for their family. My dad and my mom, they gave up stuff for their family.
Correct.
My dad, he was accepted to UCLA. He didn't go because my grandmother needed him. My mom had an opportunity to go to school at Juilliard. She didn't go because my father needed her. They decided to do certain things for the community, and it was all paid back and then some. And that's how I truly believe in things. I believe there is no reward without sacrifice. And sometimes that's hard for people to understand and accept. But there are many nights where I was lonely and I cried and I had nobody. There was many moments where I felt like I couldn't make it. I don't know what I'm going to do. But then I said, you know what? I'm here for a reason. And I gotta push through this. So I did.
There are a lot of prayers that were said that you didn't even know he heard.
And that is facts. And I can see it in my life today. When I see certain moments and things come up or certain opportunities that I'm having, or, you know, I told my mom it's so different. There was a conversation where, you know, I would see fans when I was younger and they would say, thank you, we love this movie. We love this movie. It's good, it's great. But now when people come up to me, you know what they say?
What?
Thank you for what you do for the community. Wow. We appreciate you. I'm like, wow. It's almost like, yeah, y'all, you see my heart. You see why I'm doing what I'm doing. I don't expect that. But when I hear that, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. It really touches me. It reminds me of why I'm doing what I'm doing.
We hear all these stories.
Yeah.
That child actors, they have these hit shows and they're making tons of money. And by the time they're 17, 18, they got nothing.
Yeah. So my parents got me a business manager when I was 12.
Oh, wow.
And they wanted me to know that they weren't the ones controlling my money. They had heard these stories, and my mom said, I don't want money to come in between me and my child. And so, you know, Coogan, that Coogan account is set up because a young man, I forget his full name, but I know his last name is Coogan. His parents stole his money. So they made the Coogan account within our industry to help kids have some money. It's like 10%, I think, or something like that. And so that always was there, regardless of anything else.